Raines and the group interview, but rather than go to Raines, I'll keep teasing it for those who are listening, and I'll bring in, I guess want to say my co-host or my co-interviewee from earlier today, and it's Joseph Del Grippo, who had the privilege of being at Bears-Eagles Riverfront Stadium and the show that the Bases Loaded group put on there for the Tim Raines press conference. Joe, how's it going, man?
It's going well, Michael. How are you?
Good. Well, Joe, I guess I'll start off. You were a contemporary of Paul, and I'm sure the 77-78 Yankees hold a special place in your childhood. You listened to some of the interview. What did you take away from the 77-78 Yankees, and is there a player or memory that stands out to you?
I was 14 at the time, and I remember I was listening to your interview with Paul, and one of the things that stood out was that Guidry was 13-0 at the time, and I was hanging out with my friends, and we were playing stickball against one of the friends' front porches of his house, and we were talking about, who are the Yankees playing today? They're playing Milwaukee. Mike Caldwell's pitching, and I go, well, who's pitching for the Yanks? And someone said Guidry, and I go, he's going to win, because Guidry always wins, and that was Guidry's first loss that night. Mike Caldwell he was one of the tough pitchers for the Yankees all throughout the 70s when he was with the Brewers. He put a good spot against them, good showing against them every single time out there. But that's one of my memories about that. And of course, I was a big baseball card collector, and I continued collecting into my later years, college years. I still collect cards right now too. But my first time I ever went to a baseball card store was on October 2nd. It was the Bucky Dent's home run game, and we talked quite a bit about that today with Torres. But it was. I was on my way home, and I heard on the radio that Yaz had hit the home run early in the game, and the Yanks were down. And according to the announcers, it didn't look like Guidry had it that day. And so I got back to my house and watched the game on the same chair I watched 2 years earlier when Chris Chambliss hit the home run off of Mark Littell to win the game in '76 to put them in the first World Series. So I had a lucky chair. I watched it with Dent's home run. I watched it with Chambliss's home run, and those are a couple of the memories. Guidry's first loss, and then the Bucky Dent home run, and exactly where I was at that moment.
Lucky chair. Do you still have the lucky chair?
I do not know. My father tossed it quite a few years ago. I don't think I rubbed those arms so much during those two games. As a lucky thing. And if something good happened in a game, and I rubbed the chair a certain way, I would rub it again a certain way. The same thing. Try and get that good luck charm going. And it worked in both of those games, but it didn't work in a lot of other games during the mid '70s before the Yankees became pretty good.
Yeah, but I wanted you to chime in because what I did. Earlier in the show before we had Paul on, I kind of introduced and talked about the press conference, and I really didn't know what to expect walking into Newark today because it's independent league, there's a limited budget, the Long Island Ducks do a pretty good job, but it's a modest turnout in eastern Long Island, and they've been kind of the class of the league in terms of combining winning and entertainment and marketing, and when I walked in and I saw 75 people, I think about that's the estimate I took, and major media people from the Yes Network. Kevin Kernan from the Post was there. I got to tell you, they put on a good show. They did a first-class job, the Bases Loaded group, and it seems to me they're really committed to making the New York Bears, or their goal is to make them the class or one of the classes of the Atlantic League.
Yeah, they definitely are the class because they had the two championships, and there was a lot of people there that worked for the Bears for the last couple of years that had rings on their fingers. And a lot of the people in suits were a lot of dignitaries in Newark, the city of Newark, the county of Essex, Essex County over there too. So they came out for the big showing. There were a lot more cameras, like TV type and film cameras than I thought too. So they did put on a good show. But I think that was important for the ownership. The new ownership wanted to put out there to everybody and all the media that they were like a viable force, going to be a viable force. And not only just the Atlantic League, and also producing players who are going to eventually make the major leagues. Guys who have maybe been major leaguers before and are trying to get back there through independent baseball, and also young kids who, in their early 20s who have maybe gotten released by one of their teams and gotten picked and trying to get picked up by another affiliate team and then work their way up again too. So that's the goal of the Newark Bears to put a good product on the field and help these kids, get into the major leagues.
You were talking